Hi everyone. Today we are drawing cakes. Hopefully you watched the video about the artist that we're focusing on today. His name is Wayne Thiebaud. I know the last name was a little hard to pronounce. He loved to draw types of food. He loved pastel colors, but what he really liked to do is draw an image over and over again, or paint it mostly. He did do drawings. He loved oil paint. Unfortunately, we don't have paint today, but we are going to use Sharpie and crayons to create our drawing. He loved to go to bakeries and candy shops and draw the same thing over and over again, just a little bit different though. So if you look at my picture, I have a bunch of cakes on stands. However, they all have different patterns on them. All right. So while you're drawing along with this video, think of the patterns that you might put on your cakes, or think about a cake that you've had. Like what does that look like? So what you're gonna need right now is remember, this is 2 weeks long. All right. So this week is just black and white. We're just outlining it. It doesn't have to be a Sharpie, but a darker marker. Okay. So I'm gonna start with a pencil first. And here's my paper. So the shape that we're going to be drawing over and over again in different sizes is a cylinder. So we did this a few weeks ago when we drew our basic forms. Remember, we drew a cube, we drew a rectangular prism, and we drew a pyramid. So a lot of like cakes and desserts are cylinders. So first thing I'm going to start off with, I'm going to draw one big cylinder. All right. So you know what? I'm going to draw in Sharpie so everyone can see, but you guys use pencil, okay? Because I don't know how the pencil will read on this camera. So I'm going to use my Sharpie. Now, to draw a cylinder, if you remember, there's a few different ways we can do it, but the way we're going to draw this one is we're going to draw a dot and then another dot, okay? So the top is an oval. It's really a circle that's laying on its side, okay? So I'm going to connect my dots with a curved line and a curved line. Now, if you don't need those dots, you don't have to use them. So the next one I'll show you how to do it without the dots. And I'm drawing a straight line down and a straight line down. Now, yours doesn't have to be the same size as mine, but you're just drawing one that's going to be quite large. So you're not drawing an itsy bitsy one. You can add the itsy bitsy ones in later. Remember, we did a little bit with this landscape that we did a while ago. The things that are up in the front are bigger and the items that are in the back are smaller. So we're going to do a little bit of that too. So then I have a curved line. Okay, so there's my first cake. Now, if I don't want to do the dot technique, I can do it this way. So remember, I want to space my cakes out. I don't want to put the other one here. I don't want to put the other one over here and just have two cakes. You want to fill your paper, okay? So I'm not drawing a plate or anything yet. I just have my cake. So now I'm going to draw a flatter cake. So now I'm not using the dots. So now I just drew an oval. Okay, so you could draw using the dots and connecting, or you could just start with your oval. So it's two lines, same size, and then you're drawing a rounded bottom. Okay, now what if I just wanted a slice of cake? So that is a little trickier. All right, so I'm going to draw a slice of cake. My slice of cake is going to have a diagonal line, another diagonal line, but this diagonal line is a little bit longer, okay? Then I'm connecting them at an angle, drawing a straight line down, a little shorter than the back one, and connecting them. So there is a slice of cake if you wanted to do a few slices of cake throughout your bakery. So now I have 3 cakes. I don't think this is enough, right? So I need to do a few more. So I think I'm going to draw a really big one here. But I want this cake to have a slice taken out. Maybe the slice is up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a dot and a dot. Now this line's at an angle, okay? Now I'm going to draw a line that's a little bit shorter, okay? Now here comes the tricky part. Now I'm going to make an oval around it. You ready for this? I'm going to put a dot here to help me, dot up here to help me, and a dot down here, okay? So if you don't think you need these dots, that is totally fine. You can just go for it. But remember, these are just little tricks to help you, okay? So now I'm connecting. Oh, missed them a little bit. That's okay. I'm connecting them. Okay, so here is the top of my cake. Now I have a straight line down and a straight line down. So now this guy's got a little slice taken out. So now I make my rounded line, but what do I do there? I'm going to show you. You're going to do a straight line down, not all the way down, and then another straight line going in. There is your cake with a slice missing. Okay, so now I have 4. So I still think I could do a few more things. So I'm going to make a cake here. So I'm going to draw my oval and a line around here. And then I'm going to draw a little guy in the back. Now you don't have to copy exactly how mine are. You should have at least one of each of these. Like you could have more with a piece missing. You could have more cake slices. That's fine. You could have just cakes like this, but you do not have to put them in the same spot. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is put one more up here too to finish it off. I'm going to make a really tall one. I'm going to make a really skinny guy. Okay, so now these cakes are floating in the air. We have to make sure that they are sitting on something. So now we're going to make plates for them. So the way we're going to do the plates are little line here, line here, and now we're going to connect them. So we're going to make an oval. So you can make them tiny or you can make them big. All right, so let me show you what a bigger one would look like. Little line, little line, little line. But now I'm going to make this plate go out really far. So I put 2 more dots. Whoa, that is a big plate for that guy. Okay, so I'm going to do that to the rest of my items. All right, so this one is going to have a little plate back. Now remember, I'm going faster because I've really practiced this one a lot. So now remember, be careful with the one with the slice missing because your plate has to go all the way around. If you only made the plate here, your cake would be floating in the air. So make sure that you put your line there and there, so above that, all right? And then I'm going to draw, sorry, I'm covering it a little bit, line there, okay? I'm going to just turn my paper a little bit now. I'm drawing. It's almost like you're drawing a circle around it, but you can't see the full circle. Okay, so I could leave my cakes like this, or I could really make them look 3D. So to make these plates look 3D, I'm going to drop a little straight line down there and a straight line down there. And then same shape, rounded. And I'm going to do that to all of my plates. Okay, sorry, I have mine upside down. Okay, so it's the same motion. And then this little guy in the back. So a lot of the times in bakeries, now your cakes could either be on a table or they could be on like cake stands, like my example here. So you could draw lines down for the cake stands, or if you just want them to be on a table like Wayne Thiebaud's, what you can do is you're going to put a line a little bit lower in the back. Remember, if you have a piece of cake there, you got to lift up your pen, skip over, and then you're putting it back down. Lift up your pen, put it back down. Same thing over here, okay? So now they are on a table. So you have 2 options. They can be on a table or they can be on stands. And now comes for the best part. You can decorate them however you want. If you're out of ideas, I suggest that you look around the room. There might be patterns there. So a lot of the times cakes have patterns on them. So watch what a simple pattern can do to this. What if I just did a zigzag? That makes it look like a fancy cake, right? And then I can put a bumpy line. Remember these guys? Bumpy lines around the edge. So how good does that look now? Okay, so you're going to decorate all the rest of your cakes. Think of simple shapes. You could do squares and circles. You could have outer space cakes. Maybe I put on this cake Saturn. What do you think about this? Okay, so it could really be whatever. What I want to make sure that you do is you need to outline these very nice and neat. I don't want scribbly outlines. And I want to make sure after you draw, if you are drawing with pencil, after you outline, please erase all of your pencil lines. Okay, so if you look at this one, you don't see any pencil. And this one I did draw with pencil before. Please do not color this week. Okay, that will be next week. Take your time and make sure that you post a picture on Google Classroom. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. He's my favorite artist, Wayne Thiebaud. Okay, I'll see you later.